Wow, I've been waiting 20 years for this night. The Kuteeyaa dancers were formed in Seattle, Washington by Peter Burrell, my late brother. He was so inspired after the first celebration here in Juneau that he went back to Seattle and started a group. It was very small. Most people didn't know the songs, but he tried very hard, and he made a great reputation for the Tlingit people in Seattle. First of all, I must clear the air. My name is Kuteeyaa. Tachtei Tan. Tachtei hit whiskey tan yadi. My grandmother was from Huna, Ishkanan Kla. My mother was raised in Douglas. The hat I am wearing tonight is new. I was not going to bring it tonight or to celebration, but I was told it was a personal hat and people need to see it. My grandmother lost a hat very similar to this in Huna when it burned down in 1944. She told my mother, Susie, if you ever get a chance, see if you can replicate this hat. And she described it to my mother. Well, my mother got sick. She passed on. But she told my brother Peter, he said, Pete, if you ever get that chance, see if you can replicate that hat for the family. Unfortunately, my brother passed away, and it didn't get done. So he told me in the VA hospital, he said, Tiny, you're the last one dancing. Please, see if you can replicate that hat. Well, I was a bachelor for 28 years. I had no intention on getting married. And then one day, a wishkitan came up and bit me in the side and took me away. So I told her this story. When we got married, she had this hat made for me as a wedding gift. So tonight, my younger brother will wear my brother Pedro's regalia to bring him here. Now the hat is done. Now I bring my grandmother here and everyone that followed before her. So my heart really feels good tonight. But I lost a sister too, my clan sister. But I will honor her tonight. I've asked a few people to join us that have been very instrumental with our dance group. My honorable people, please forgive us if we make a mistake tonight. It is not our intention. We merely wish to mimic the ways of our ancestors. I need someone. I had asked Sam Hanlon to join us this evening because he gave us a permission to do a song, and I wish him to sit with us, and his daughter will bring him up. Or Ernestine. I'd say if my dancers have been waiting a long time, you'll see some children in here which are now grown. They came to their first celebration in the 90s when their mother was just carrying them in her arms, and some of them were carrying them in their womb. Now they're dancing. So it's their night to shine, and I told them that. Dance hard tonight because your ancestors are watching you. And sheesh. first song we're going to do this evening, first I'd like to thank the people, the Kagwantan, Dukdaintan, Wushkitan, for lending us, and the Kiksadi, for lending us your songs. Without your help, the people in Seattle would not have any songs to sing. We haven't gotten that good to create ours, but one day we'll have our songs from Seattle to sing. We sing some Salish songs, but we're trying to teach the young people so they don't forget who they are and they can connect with their identities. The first song is the David McKinley song, and my women will sing this. Gunashi. The next song we'll do is Shalakua. I understand that George Bennett is the holder of this song. It's a Huna song. Could I get my women to move forward, my singers, please?
apologize for taking a few minutes of your time, Tiny. But I just want to explain the song that the group just got through singing. The song was composed to a Kakwantan Yati. Sik to Sik Sagun, the guy. This just came out of Strawberry Point. Their canoe capsized with them, but they survived it. They rescued them. And the lady was sitting by the fire, just shivering. 6 o'clock came by her, and she was just quivering, hot fire going. I'm under the impression that it's just extreme. What she had gone through just got her shaking. 6 o'clock moved by the parents of his wife. He went past her in the house, went to the furthest end of the building, put both of his hands up like this. A song was born. But the lady was a Kakwantan Yeti. And culture has it that anytime we compose a song to our loved one, you always have to include another clan. And Sigurd couldn't bypass his own children. That's why you heard so much of Mushkatan Yetike. And the same incident took place with my uncle. They didn't capsize, but the boat almost sunk with them, a rowboat. My aunt got after David. Use one of your uncle's song. And David McKinley was married to Kakwantan Yeti. That's how the song was born. And since it's him passing on, my brother inherited it. Now it's handed down to me. Yeah, good chichika yusa.
I keep hearing this buzzing, and I thought it was from the microphone. It's my hearing aids talking to me. when we were given permission to do these songs, and the clans lent them to us, it was a rush for my women to learn. Everybody sings the songs different when you move around from village to village. I'm almost deaf, so I'm tone deaf, so I can't hear very well. So my wife would say, that's not the correct pronunciation. And I'd say, I hear it this way, I hear it this way. She said, but that's not correct. So I was told by my elders that when you sing the song, it is sung different in many different places. That doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means that you sing it different. Our next song we're going to do belongs to my tribal sister Esther Case, who recently passed away. Her 1 year is coming up. In the middle 90s, she got my brother Pedro and I together, and she says, I am going to pass this song to you. You boys belong to our house. It will be up to you to hand it on to another keeper. So, with her daughters in Huna, if they're here, I'd like them to come up here. If they're not, this is for you. This is for your mother. I honor her tonight. Actually, we're a very small group. But when we come home, we have a lot of relatives. So this is a celebration. It's not a week. It's not a 40-day party. We come here to celebrate a vision from our elders who saw what was happening in the early 80s. I think the Sealaska heritage has met that challenge. Because of the elders, we would not be sitting here tonight. I watched the children singing and dancing and talking in their language. So we're not lost. I was telling them yesterday, you can put a fence around a house. You can pay the taxes on that house. But you live on Indian land. We have been here since time immemorial. Our culture is growing every day. And it's so good to see these children in school learning Tlingit. How sweet it is. Because they're going to take our place one of these days. And we owe it to our elders. I told them last night in the AMB hall. Some of you remember that place. It was a big wooden building, like a grange. And the elders used to come in and they used to put 2 bits and 4 bits into this Hills Brothers coffee can. And they'd always say, these are for my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren. And I used to look at that pot and I said, wow, there's a lot of quarters in there and 50-cent pieces. So I asked my mom, I said, Mom, when are they going to give us that money? She says, that's for those hotshot lawyers we're going to hire to get our land back. This is for you. I finally understood that one night when I was in Vietnam, sitting in a foxhole. I was visioning all these things, and funny things happen to you when you're in a battle. You sit there and you reminisce about who you are, where you're at, and where you're going to go. So I thought about my elders, and I said, I should have listened to them. But it's never too late. The next thing we're going to do is a Kagwan Todd song. Tayat. You know, I used to stand out there waiting for the last group to finish. So we're going to try to wrap this up because I know they have a lot of packing to do. It's been a great experience coming back home. I'm glad I didn't have to pay for all the airfares of these people, though. It gets more expensive as you move along. I remember when we first came up, we were buying tickets round trip for $285, $295. Now it costs $545, and then they charge you for your baggage. I thought we got a free baggage going home, but we don't do that. I went online to get my boarding pass this morning, and it says, pay your 15 bucks. The next song we're going to do is another Kagwantan song. I'd like to thank the Kagwantan people for lending us your songs. Kuteeyaa, ho. Yinati. Before we leave this evening, I'd like to thank the Sealaska Heritage for inviting us here to celebration. It's always a great experience to come home and see old friends and honor the people who have left. I tell people that I'm really part of the village people here across the street where I was born. I used to follow the Salvation Army drum when they came out and followed them down the village. And we'd march behind the Salvation Army And then we'd turn around at the Wilson house at the end of the village, and then we'd march back. And we were happy when we turned around because I knew when we got to the Salvation Army, they had some treats waiting for us. That's why they always tell me, my mother always tells me, Sonny, always remember the Salvation Army. Because our people had hard times, but they are always there for our people. So I also thank the Salvation Army for taking care of our people. And the Chief, I have a George Benton would like to say something.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to thank you for having us here. My name is Joseph Bennett Jr., Tehuede. I'd like to introduce a special lady of our family, Tehuede, Alice Bennett. My mother, she's an ogress. Just to let you know, my mother's 93 years young.
You know, I told him before, if you give an Indian a microphone, you stick around long enough and you'll get it back. If you give it to an Indopino, forget it, it's over. Thank you very much, everyone. We're going to exit on the Kiksadi exit song. We were given permission to use this. I thank again all the clans that have lent us your songs. I hope we sang it right for you tonight. Maybe we sang it with a Seattle accent. Kuteeyaa, oh, Kuteeyaa.